Hey y'all, I wanted to introduce you to Lorena, and it's by the company Outre. It's a French word. I meant to look up what outre meant. I forgot, but it's a French word. I've been saying outre for many years, and that's so wrong. It's outre. And the reason I know that is because a YouTuber contacted the company and asked them, how do you pronounce your name? She's done work with them. And yeah. So this is Lorena, Outre Lorena, and she is the most stunning colors. Wow. Um, DRFF4, which is dark roots, face framing number 4. Honey glazed brown is the color, and it's 26 inches. And I also have that color as well. Like, wow. And these are the other colors that it comes in. What is that color? Oh, black jade. Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to show you to the best of my ability. Kind of hard to show, but I'm going to do the best I can. Okay, so the highlights, the colors. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, this is the right side. Okay, and I'm going to do the back and hope you could see it. All the highlighted colors. And the length, I'm going to try to show you the length. On me, it goes to here. Can you see? Okay, hold on. Let me see. Okay, it goes here. And it's 26 inches, and this is the left side. Absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. The colors. Okay. I can't go any further with that. It's stunning. So yeah. And again, it's called Lorena. And that's the name. And these are the colors too. And then more colors on the back. So amazing. So somebody asked me, how do you manage without having somebody? How do you deal with the loneliness? And well, I've been a loner my whole life. I have never centered men. Everything revolves around me being with someone. I've never done that. So I've always been a loner my whole life because, people like to hang with people like them. So people who are drugging and drinking, they want to hang with people who are drugging and drinking also. If you're not into that, you're considered a square. I was always considered a square. I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't smoke cigarettes, I don't do what everybody else was doing in high school. And so because I was such a square, considered a square, I wasn't invited to parties, and guys would never ask me to dance when I went to we went to dances and stuff. Guys wouldn't ask us to dance, and the girls, we would just dance with each other because whatever, we'll make it work. But I never centered the guys. I never revolved my whole life around them. If I ended up in a relationship, that's fine, but it wasn't something that I seek out. It just wasn't something that was of uber importance to me. So on one hand, you grow up and you're rejected all the time because, again, you're not a square, you're not a party animal, you're not doing what everybody else is doing. So you get shunned. But there's a plus side to being shunned. The plus side is you learn to be on your own. You learn to be independent. You learn that you don't need other people to, survive. Um, I immersed myself in writing poetry, short stories, choreography. I used to dance on stage and all that kind of thing. And me being a loner kind of blossomed my creativity, if that makes sense. So I did just fine without them. Um, like I said, I never felt like I have to be with somebody. I can't function alone. I've always been alone, so I don't know any different. And then whenever I did, every single time I gave somebody a chance for a so-called relationship, it never worked out because I'm deeper than most people. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm deeper than most people. I'm not a superficial person. Um, I'm not into instant gratification. I'm not into, I'm going to be with you until something more exciting comes along. I'm not immature like that. If you're supposed to be with somebody, you're supposed to be with them. You're supposed to be focused on them. You're not supposed to stay with them until, ooh, look what's over there. I've never been distracted like a little kid by other people. So I'm I was a relationship kind of girl, not a fling kind of girl. Be with her. We won't put a name on it. We'll just fling with each other and see where it goes. And it's not going to go anywhere because he already got what he wanted, type of deal. I'm a relationship kind of girl. I'm so single now and I love it. But I'm not going to sit here and say that there weren't times where it's like, oh, it'd be nice to share that with somebody. But when there's no one to share it with, you kind of snap out of it. Um, and when I was on the dreaded dating apps, which is really mating apps, it's all for mating, nothing else. I asked people, how would you like to go? If anybody wants to go on a float trip, let me know, because I would love to go to the current river, people that lived in my area. And no one responded because they don't want to take you to a float trip. They want to take you to the bedroom. And some of us are above that. We're not, like I said, not into instant gratification. I need a scorecard of all the people I've banged, and I'm going to do as many people as I can so I could cross their name off the list and all this. It's just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, life can be so short. And you want to experience whatever you can. You want to experience excitement when you can. You want to go out and do things and you want to travel. You don't just want to jump up and down on somebody. I mean, some of us are above that. And I don't mean people that do that are shallow, but in a way, yeah, because what else do you have going on besides that? What exciting things have you done? Have you ever contributed anything to your community? Have you ever done volunteer work for your community? Have you ever, done anything other than that? What are your accomplishments besides boning people? You know what I mean? So, and when you, nurses that are hospice nurses and have seen patients die, I have read some of the things that people said on their deathbed before they check out. Not a one of them said, I wish I boned more people. That was never said. Never. Never. A common thing that people said on their deathbed was, I wish I worked less. Wasn't so dedicated, like their job is their everything. I wish I paid more attention to my family. I wish I spent more time with my children growing up, things of that nature, which are lessons that people can definitely follow now into their future. So you don't have to be on your deathbed to regret it. You listen to what other people regret, and then you make a concerted effort to do the opposite of that. So you can learn from other people's mistakes. But yeah, I never centered guys. That's not my whole universe. And when I was younger and in high school, I wanted to travel. I remember thinking, I want to travel. I want to do this. I want to do that. but it was never, I never had, well, I want to get married one day and, start doodling what you think your wedding gown should look like and choosing your colors. You don't even have a boyfriend and you're still in high school. I was never one of those. And when you're shunned, the gift of being shunned, the gift that arises out of that is you learn to be by yourself because you've always been by yourself. So, you know, yeah, yeah. You learn to, I mean, you've always been alone. So it's normal for you to be alone. And you learn that if I want to go to this special event or I want to go to this whatever, but if I don't go with somebody, like some people are like that, if I don't go with somebody, then I can't go. I remember going to a meetup to see a band one time, and there was a lady there, and myself and another lady got to talking to her, and then I'm looking around and I'm checking everybody out and stuff, and then I noticed that she was gone, and I said, I said to the lady I was sitting next to, I said, "Where did she go?" She said, "Oh, there's no cute guys here, so she left." I I I I don't even know what to do with that. So I'm thinking to myself, so you're gonna miss out on a good time because of dudes? There's no cute guys there. Some of the cutest guys are the biggest assholes because they know they're cute. And women too. I'm not picking on men. Women do, people are obsessed with how they look and everything. But I'm not gonna, man, you know how much of life you'll miss out on if you sit there twiddling your thumbs waiting for someone to ride in on a white horse and sweep you up? Girl, you better live your life. Okay? You better live your life. Enjoy yourself. Okay? So if and when you ever find the person finds you or whatever, you have some exciting stories to tell. How would it sound if, well, I didn't do anything exciting. I just waited for Mr. Right to come along. Come on, live your life. Breathe. Take a deep breath. Smell the fresh air. Get out and do something exciting. Do not run away from excitement because you need someone to share it with. You've got friends, and if you don't even have friends in your area or whatever, then you go by yourself. It's not a big deal. I've gone to the freaking ethnic festival every year alone. Past few years I haven't gone, but I used to go like clockwork every single year and to Kansas City from where I used to live, and I had a blast, and I went by myself every single time. Every time. Had a great time. Food everywhere, free entertainment, at the it's an ethnic festival at the Swope Park. They do it every year. And they have all these booths, and they have, souvenirs from their country, handmade crafts that you could buy, and jewelry, and, hand squeezed lemonade straight from the lemons, not concentrate stuff, the real deal. They cook the meals right there. Nothing's heated under a heat lamp. And free entertainment. There's a stage in the middle of the park, and there's free entertainment on the stage, and they give you an itinerary if you want it, and you can see what shows are going to happen when, like what events are going to happen, and it's all free. Imagine me twiddling my thumbs waiting for some knucklehead to want to go with me. Forget about it. I'm going. That's it. I'm going. And I did every single year. It's so funny. This one guy, every single year like clockwork, he's Indian, and I would buy bindies. I haven't worn bindies in a long time, but I have a few. And I had a sari. I don't know what happened to it. My Indian sari, I don't know what happened to it. But anyway, who knows? But the Indian guy that I'd buy my bindies from, and sometimes I'd buy a sari from him, he's every year like clockwork. Every single time he saw me, without fail, every year like clockwork, he would tell people around him, "Doesn't she look like Vanessa Williams? Doesn't she look like Vanessa Williams?" I've heard that for many years now. And I would just laugh because this is routine for him to do. So I would just laugh because here we go. And I had a friend of mine, I called him Smiley. I don't know his real name because I called him Smiley and he called me Vanessa. You look like Vanessa Williams. And I said, and you're always smiling. So we had nicknames for each other. He called me Vanessa, I call him Smiley. And, it was just funny because it was so predictable every single year. And I would just sit there and wait for it to happen because it's going to happen. Hey, do you know she looked like Vanessa Williams? I just, like I said, I just start laughing. Every year like clockwork. Never fails. But there's amber. You could purchase amber from the Baltic Sea region, and it's handcrafted jewelry, sterling silver, and you will not get robbed on the price. Usually the price of amber is usually through the roof. At the festival, it is not. It is reasonably priced, depending on what you purchase. And I don't know, people rob you blind when it comes to amber. I don't know why. They just feel the need to quadruple the price. But at the it's called the ethnic. I don't know. There's a proper name for it. I just call it the Ethnic Festival. And if you ever look it up, you can find it in Kansas City every year. So it's really nice. Like I said, free is affordable. I was not going to, refuse something fun. I finally did. I was, trying to get people to go to a float trip, and I finally went with a meetup group because they actually wanted to go. And so we went a couple of times, and I had a great time. I had a great time. I never wait. If it's something I really want to do and there's a way that I could do it, I'm doing it. I'm not going to wait on this imaginary good guy to come along. Okay. I'm not waiting on that. I'm not. I'm just not going to do it. I'm going to live my life and do what I can do. And that's it. Now, one of the times that I went on the float trip, I couldn't float, but I went to enjoy nature because I'd pulled my back. If y'all remember, I pulled my lower back and I wasn't able to go. I wasn't able to do anything. So they dropped me off at the end of the line, and they went to the beginning so they could float all the way down. And one person who didn't know that I love nature and was wrapped up in her own thought process, she said, they're gonna drop you off at the ending point and you're not gonna kayak? I said, no. And she said, well, that doesn't make any sense. What doesn't make sense is, why was she in my conversation? Now you see why I'm a loner. I don't have patience for people. It took every ounce of willpower to not go off on her because I wasn't even talking to her. Why are you in my conversation? I stayed calm. I didn't get pissed off, but I was irritated. And the lady that I was talking to, when the other lady, Nosy Bones, walked away, she said, if you want to go, don't let nobody, prevent you from going. I said, oh, trust me, I am. Like, why are you in my conversation? I wasn't even talking to you. But she doesn't have much of a filter, and she says whatever, and it doesn't occur to her that you probably shouldn't jump in someone else's conversation, and you don't know the whole story. I was injured. So, and I enjoy nature. So it makes more sense for me to sit there, enjoy nature. I had food, I had drink, I had access to a restroom, and I had beautiful scenery. I was right on the shoreline at the river, and I was so happy. Was I disappointed? Would I have liked to yak? Yeah, I would have loved to. But my body said, yeah, try it and see what happens. So I knew better. So there was nothing illogical about it. If you enjoy nature, but you can't do the entire thing, but you could do part of it, to me, that makes sense. But when you're in someone else's conversation, it doesn't make sense because you didn't hear the rest of the story, and you shouldn't be hearing it because it wasn't directed at you. So anyway, I think it's normal to be lonely sometimes, but loneliness is not permanent. You could always find something to entertain yourself with. Loneliness is sometimes self-inflicted. I mean, you could find something to do to fill your time. Watch a movie. When Divorce in the Black came out, that was Tyler Perry's movie that came out a few months ago. There were so many Prime members. Prime made so much money. It's Amazon Prime. They made a ton of money because you had to get on Prime. Well, it was free to watch the movie, but when you realize you could watch as many movies as you want to for one flat rate, people were like, Prime? Oh yeah. You know what I mean? So there's always something you could do to entertain yourself and distract yourself, and whatever sadness you might feel, or loneliness, or this would be more fun with someone else, or whatever you're going through, that's temporary. Once you start having a good time, that feeling passes. So it's not a permanent thing. Okay? All right. You guys take care. Much love. And I hope you're having a good day. Bye. Oh, one more thing before I go. The pink unit that you see me in with, the thumbnail is of a shark, because I talked about the dangerous beaches, the most dangerous beaches. I think all of them are in Florida. The pink one is also this unit, Lorena. It's just pink, all pink. Okay, y'all take care. Much love. Bye.